Excellent, excellent. Well, if you want to sleek a private link for me, just so I can boost you up a bit, I don't mind.
Like, I've seen it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. And sort of wrapping up now. Anyway, is there anything that you'd like to say to people? If there's one thing you can tell people and fans who are listening that was not already covered.
Well, I mean, I guess we talked a lot about it, but I sort of sent a tweet out about this. I think earlier or yesterday. Time just bends into one for me. But I was just saying that actually, I'm really touched and excited about what the great reaction it's been already.
Mm-hmm.
It's so great seeing people interact with the film and sort of seeing people excited by it, because that's really that's who you make a film for. You don't make it for the other actors or for the other directors or for the other producers or the other whatever. You make it for the general audience and the people who are going to really enjoy watching that film. And so I'm just loving actually people interacting, and it's really fun. And that in itself is helping me sort of come up with other things that we can do for the audience and other ways for the audience to interact with it, which we really, really want to do. So, I think, I would just say, look, it's a film that I'm really proud of. It's certainly the best thing I've ever done. We've all pushed really, really hard on it, and I just really appreciate all of the actors that were on the film, all of the crew that were on the film. The crew killed themselves, making something they were really proud of. And
literally, according to the cameraman, Andrew mentioned about the cameraman getting hit with a beam.
Which one?
She said, I think it was a fine in a barn, and he got hit with a beam. He climbed himself right up and whacked his head.
Oh, that's nothing. A guy, one of the cameramen got hit in the groin with a sword.
Oh,
yeah, it was my fault. Well, it's his fault. So I came running up with. So I've got two swords in my hand, and one of the Fury comes running at me with a sword in his, and so basically I kick the sword out of his hand, flick one of the swords up in the air, spin around, catch it, and stab the zombie.
Yeah.
As the first sword that I kick away, it went flying through the air, and the cameraman was standing there, and the sword hit him straight in the groin.
Oh, God.
It's a great shot, though, because the sword comes flying at camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so, everyone did work really, really hard, and poor old Danny has a scar. No, he doesn't really. But everyone worked really hard, and it's a film that we're really, really proud of, and I just really appreciate all of the excitement around the film and all of the people supporting it, and I really appreciate everyone getting behind it, because it's for them, and seeing them get really excited by it is the best thing for us. It really, really is. And two, it will change the success of the film. If people really enjoy it and they like it, and then they sort of get behind it, then more people will get to see it, and then if we're really lucky, we'll be able to make the follow-on pieces that we want to make, where we see more of, for example, Mark's character. As Mark's character develops, we see more of Andrew's character, how she develops, Sarah's, Ross's, and it's just as the world has been sort of created, the film is quite set up for a bigger world.
Yeah.
Because what I wanted was, even though and it's a long answer, this I know, even though it's just a standalone feature film, even if it never became anything more, we didn't do something else with it, which we do plan to. The idea was that it felt like a massive world that you were just seeing one little part of, because that was the part that was relevant to these characters that you're meeting today. Mm-hmm. But the idea was to feel all the time like you were hearing about places that were in far-off lands, and you were hearing about things that were happening in the different regions and the feudal areas. And so it made it feel like a much bigger world.
Yeah.
And so, of course, that in itself sets up for sequels and for and other things around it. So the idea, of course, would be that if we're lucky and everyone loves it, and there's enough energy around it, then hopefully we might get to do some other stuff that we're planning. So
brilliant! That sounds
keep
fantastic.
supporting, keep
exactly, yeah.
And
keep the support going. Want to see more of it.
Yeah, and then we will be doing a few little exciting things, like giving away tickets to the premiere and stuff. They will be having a Leicester Square premiere again, so
nice.
We will be doing things like that. So for everyone who's supporting the film or whatever, do keep an eye out, because we will give some tickets away and all that kind of fun stuff.
Fantastic. I shall
on the Facebook page.
Yeah. I'll share all the links out as well. I'm quite happy to.
Oh, excellent! Thanks very much. Cool. Yeah,
Acts
of the Damned.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Ben. That was absolutely fantastic, and thank Logan too for allowing you to do so without taking your arm off. Anyway, everybody, Nights of the Damned will be out in March, hopefully March, April next year. So please follow them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter to keep up to date with all the latest exploits and behind-the-scenes footage, and also trailers too. And listen out too for the options and the incentives, like winning tickets to their Leicester Square premiere, which will be an absolutely fantastic thing, I am sure. Hope you all enjoyed listening to that. This has been Chris Gordon on Hellblazer Biz.